welcome back to the farm. This is officially my first garden related video for 2022. It is the end of March and we've been here for about 2 weeks now. We're heading back home tomorrow. We've had an awful lot of rain, so there hasn't really been much to video and show, but I thought I would come down because it's actually dried up a little bit and just do a little bit of video here of the garden where we're at on the property. But garlic is growing. I'm gonna have to go back and double check and see, but I think I planted about 225 garlic. So this bed, not this bed, this bed is weeds, and then this one, and they just in the last couple days have really popped up and are looking lovely. There's lots of indication that the deer have been in the garden. So the fence wasn't running very well when we got here, and some of the wires were sort of shortened and grounding out. So hopefully we've rectified that, and hopefully the deer can stay out of here, because this is all just a cover crop that needs to get going. And as luck would have it, I'm not going to be here when these guys bloom. Look how sweet they are. And they haven't been eaten by deer yet. Those guys have. But anyway, so the garden is mostly not much happening. It's pretty mucky and muddy. And I don't know if you recall from my videos for last year when everything was so dry. I'm actually really not complaining about the rain and the mud. So it's a really good sign. There's the raspberry buds just starting to set on. It'll be a while, but they're looking good. And there's 2 more garden beds that just have cover crop and seeds on them, and those ones over there as well. And they really just starting to show some green, so they'll be a little while. We did come down the other day and uncover the garden and do some pruning. I'll throw a little clip of that in here, show you what we did. So we'll just walk back up the path here towards the cabin, and chicken run is looking good, looking ready for some new chickens this year. 6 brand new little girls should be arriving the beginning of July. And this area in here, hopefully this year, we'll get a reasonable amount of revamping. All of those grapes that are left, I'd like to get those out of here. And the box that has our solar system Like to get that out of here, and then those panels are going to move over there. And speaking of this area over here, many years ago we dug, well, we call it the catchment pond because that's all it does. It doesn't retain the water, but it does catch it. Anyway, it's been running since we got here, pretty much straight like that for 2 weeks. All of that water is just coming out of the hillside up where we park the truck. Crazy. So I think the plan is that we'd like to get either a liner in this pond or create another pond further down where we can catch that water and hold on to it. Despite all of the rainy weather, we have managed, not me, Brent has managed to take down a bunch of trees and buck up most of them and even split them. So we have a significant pile of wood for next year and maybe even the year after.
Say that because then we'll get minus 30 and 6 feet of snow again. Be a year ahead.
So that's the next year's stuff. That's kind of what's left of this year's wood. And there's another pile, probably maybe twice that size, half again, out back as well. So given that we weren't here at all over Christmas, we actually have done really well in not burning as much firewood. I would rather have been here and burnt the firewood than not, but that's how it goes sometimes. So the main flower garden, it's not really doing much of anything. Again, this is what it looks like in March. Sometimes it's good to remind myself of that when I feel like it hasn't progressed enough in the middle of summer. Got to remember, this is how much it dies back each year. And there's some more baby daffodils that, again, I'm not going to be here to watch them open. I did, however, get to watch the snowdrops open. How sweet are they? I will say one thing about this time of year is that most of the gardens do look pretty empty. So it is a bit of a blank slate, and it's a great time for your imagination to kind of go crazy, envisioning all of these spaces full of flowers and vegetables and just looking lush and green. It's a time to dream of and plan for the chickens that will run through the coop, and for all the good things that we'll harvest from this space. So this is an area that just last year Brent managed to get in and clear all the way down and then to the left down there. A bit of a path for the tractor. So now that the tractor can come up into here, we're going to use it to dig this hole considerably bigger and put a liner in here. And then the plan at this point is that we use all of the water that comes off the roof of our cabin and have it drain down and fill the pond here. It's right by the chicken coop. The back of the sauna where the shower is. I can take a little stroll up here. Those are solar panels leaning on the ground down there. Those are just for bringing lights into the shower area. There's more panels up on the roof that provide power to the actual sauna. Yep, still no siding, but ever hopeful. I'll do a separate video and a bit of a tour of the shower. Anyway, that's the wood that's specifically for the use of the sauna because it's a little bit shorter cuts, so it fits in that wood stove. There's the lawn, looking a little bit sad. Again, all the rain we're getting, just got to remember, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I got in and cleaned up quite a bit of the herb garden. We got oregano, and we've got thyme, and we got a citronella geranium, and more oregano than we know what to do with. There's some chives coming up over there, and I think there's an echinacea in there somewhere. And chamomile. Those are chamomile. They were going crazy, so I pulled a whole bunch out and decided to plant chamomile at the base of the outhouse. Because why not? So that's about it. That is left field at the end of March. I hope that you'll come back as the season carries on and check in to see what we end up growing, what kind of a summer we end up having. And I look forward to making more videos. Thanks for watching.